Hey everyone, just thought I'd share some experiences that I had yesterday. I went out with a friend, Ken, to share the gospel in the central business district of Perth. And the first couple of hours were pretty uneventful, nothing major. Only had one person swear at us as they walked by. We went and had some hamburgers and we came back. And then the fun really began. You see, right near where we were, like handing out tracts and just talking to people, is this big tarpaulin with big sign up saying, "Come here to find the truth about Islam." And they got Muslims there handing out free Qurans, and Ken went to confront one of them. Basically, say Jesus is the only way. Even asked one of the Muslims there, "Do you know you'll go to heaven when you die?" The Muslim goes, "Well, I really hope so." And then got into some bizarre argument defending Muhammad sleeping with a 9-year-old girl, saying, well, in some countries you can pay money to have sex with children, and as if to say, well, that makes what Muhammad did right. I mean, that's sick. Then he brings up and says, oh, the age of consent in Italy is 12, and we're both looking at him saying, you can't justify what Muhammad did just because in certain countries certain things are allowed or go on. That doesn't justify Muhammad being a pedophile. And he didn't like Muhammad being called a pedophile, but the Quran says that he had relations with a 9-year-old girl. He married her at 6, and then when she was 9, it happened. And they can't see that it's wrong, that their prophet was wrong and very evil. Anyway, as this discussion was going on, an atheist comes along, and he starts going on about his own goodness and saying, oh, but you're good people too. I'm thinking, well, relatively, we might be good people compared to other people out there. We don't go out and do really nasty things like rob banks or kill people. But the guy couldn't understand that our goodness isn't based upon what other people do. It's measured against God. And when we're measured against God, we're not good. We fall short. And this is what he found really, he couldn't grasp the concept that in God's eyes, he was not good as he claimed to be. And then along comes a Ray Comfort disciple, of the Way of the Master cult, with their works salvation and Calvinist beliefs and stuff. And so he starts interjecting as well. And then starts asking the atheist, well, have you ever lied? Have you ever stolen anything? Well, that makes you a liar and a thief. And I don't think the atheist liked that too much. But he was okay. He wasn't really that obnoxious towards us. But then along come a couple of pseudo-Christians, I'll call them, with these weird gospel tracts. And we asked them, are you saved? And he says, yeah, I have Jesus in me. And that he hears from Jesus. Salvation is knowing Jesus. And he keeps going on about there's nothing about Jesus Christ dying on a cross and being buried and rising again on the third day. He had this really weird esoteric kind of Christianity where it was all about listening to a voice and following the voice, not about believing what God says in his word and just walking by faith. That's true Christianity. And then these Muslim guys come over and they're standing there, and the other guys walk off, except for the Ray Comfort disciple. He's still there watching. Ken and I talked to these guys. Well, Ken did most of the talking, really. And Ken asked, what faith are you? And one of the Muslim guys says to them, he says, I'm of the Abrahamic faith. I follow the prophets of Moses and Jesus and Muhammad. And Ken says, like, Muhammad's not a prophet. He's a pedophile because he slept with a 9-year-old girl, and the Quran says that he did this act. And the guy got really angry. But he walks off, and then as he's walking away, Ken said, Jesus loves you. And that turned this guy into a madman. He came up screaming, threatening, I'm going to F you up, effing and seeing and all kinds of stuff. I thought he was going to, take a swing at Ken. I honestly did, and then at me. I really thought there was going to be a big showdown. And this is happening right in front of the tarpaulin where it says, "Oh, come here to find the truth about Islam," you know. And this Muslim is really showing Islam's true colours. And we all know that in countries like Syria and Iraq, they go around cutting heads off of Christians or anybody who's not part of their, you know, their Muhammad believing whatever. You know, it's really quite disturbing. Well, these guys finally walk away, and we're thinking like, wow. Ken and I were just looking at each other and just going like, wow. I mean, if we had been sharing the gospel in Egypt or some other country, this guy would have taken us. No doubt about it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite that angry before. He just had this like rage in his eyes, just demonic. Wow. But we're still here, and we'll go out again and preach the gospel. You know, there's so many false gospels out there and false religions, and Islam is a really bad one, and it's terrifying. You think all these people are going up to the stand and with their little kids as well. They're not coming over saying, "Hey, Jesus," finding out about the love of Jesus Christ and what he did for them at the cross, so everyone can go to heaven when they die, you know, and spend eternity with the God that loves them. No, they don't want that. They want to, oh, let's find out the truth about Islam. Perhaps they're not this psychotic, murderous cult after all. Anyway, oh, it's good that the truth was out there, that we preached the truth. And we're going to keep doing it, regardless of whether somebody threatens to knock our heads off or whatever. As Christians, we don't fear man. So, anyway, I thought I'd share the experiences Ken and I had yesterday. God bless. I'll make another video soon, or when I can. Bye.